Hi there, it's Chris Kerr with Reactive, and I'm at the Duke Golf Course in Maricopa, Arizona. Just having a little break. This is again that time of week when my daughter's off doing her dance class, and Dad gets to go hang out for a little bit of quiet time before he goes and picks up the family. And again, it gives me that time to pause and think about what's going on in my life and how that kind of helps maybe you with yours. The last couple of weeks I've talked about a couple of really important bits and pieces of this whole life-shaping deal we got going on here, where everybody's got their own challenges, but the answer always comes down to the same thing. Why do you do what you do? Why is what you're doing going to leave an impression and have an impact on the people around you and in your life long after you're gone? What makes you move was the next video that I did in this series to talk about that, so that you get that incentive, that motivation that says in the very first thing you do when you open your eyes, what gets you to haul your butt out of bed and keep moving in the morning, because you've got something to accomplish at the end of the day. Today I want to talk a little bit more about the how. I've had a lot of questions about the how as well. How do I pick? And I talked a little about that last time, right? How do you pick what you want to do for your life? And I explained that there is no kind of silver bullet answer. And I've had some time to think about that a little bit more. So I want to dig into that a little bit more right now. We always hear about the one-hit wonders or the meteoric rise to success. And there's this expectation that it's just miraculous and it all happens overnight and everything's so good. It never happens overnight. And those rare occasions where it does, it really is hitting that 1 in a million shot. And that's not something you can base a life plan on. It doesn't mean you don't try for it when you get a chance, but you don't build a life plan on that principle. You don't build a plan for your life on the assumption you're going to win the lottery. That doesn't stop you from buying a ticket just in case, but you're not building a life plan on it. So that leaves us with, what do you do with your life? And how do you build incrementally to where you want to go? The same way you would with getting out of debt, the same way you would with recovering from a physical injury or learning a new skill. Learning, in this case, for other people here, how to play golf. I have no chance in hell of playing golf. Both my shoulders are shot, my back is shot, and my hips are now toast. So that there really isn't a whole lot of parts of my body that's going to work in a golf environment. But that's neither here nor there. For lots of other people, this is exactly the kind of way they want to spend every day of their lives if they can manage it. So if you're going to do that, then you want to really take some time to get good at it, and there are steps you take to get better and better as you go along. Likewise, in your life, there are steps you take to move the chains forward in your life. Dave Ramsey, in his plan for getting out of debt, talks about the idea that, yeah, maybe going after the thing with the highest interest rates and the highest balance is mathematically the best for you, but it takes so long and it's so hard to do that you get so discouraged you never actually get it done. And you just keep falling back into bad debt practices. So his recommendation isn't necessarily the best mathematically for getting you out of debt faster. It's the best understanding that as a human being, you need to see some positive progression in order to get to where you got to go. For those very rare people who can actually stomach it, handle it, and survive doing it the other way. Yes, the other way is faster. Done deal. And Ramsey makes no bones about it. But that rare individual is not the basis of building a plan that is going to be more likely to be successful. You just don't do it, because the odds are stacked against you. You don't need any more odds stacked against you in life. We got enough going on, right? So likewise with our lives and the plans that we're making for our lives, the things that are that important to us, that they throw us out of bed in the morning all the way and work us hard, grind us until we get done at the end of the day, because that's what we have to do in our lives. That's our choice, our passion, our mantra, our raison d'etre, our reason for being. Whatever that is, We need that progression that gets us from A to B, step by step, on its way. Now, a lot of people think of that as being pretty boring and pretty slow. And sometimes some parts of it really is. Nobody said you only have to do one step at a time. You just have to do each step in order. So if you have 20 things that you've got going on, you can do 20 things simultaneously if you can handle it. Understand, that's up to you. You've got to be the one who can handle it. If you can't handle it, scale it back. Do the things you can do and appreciate the successes of what you can do. I'm going to share a very, very personal thing with you right now. So, over the years, I've had various bouts of depression, really serious clinical depression. And in some of those occasions, it was really, really rough, really hard to deal with. In every occasion, what got me out of it was a slow, small series of steps of creative things that I did where I could see I had an accomplishment. And the next day I could try a little harder and get a little further. I had to do something that expressed creatively something positive. I couldn't create something negative, that wasn't helping. But something positive allowed me then to see a manifestation of positive, and that kind of helped me get out of those circumstances. But each time I thought those little steps, that little bit of creative, what the heck is that doing for me? I went through all the same questions everybody else has. The truth is, it still worked. Every little step moved me further and further along, and soon I went from crawling to walking to running to flying, ran into the next obstacle, crawl, walk, run, fly. That's how that works. And it's not dependent on it being me, it's not dependent on it being anybody else. That's just how that works. And so, obviously you want to run into fewer obstacles, but other than that, the game plan is the same. So, if you're aiming for the silver bullet, you're really stacking the odds against you, but if you take those incremental steps, it gives you a real chance to succeed at what you're aiming to hit. Whether it's your personal life, your professional life, the goals that you have really don't change. It's just how you get there. And if the first way doesn't work, that doesn't stop you from chasing your goal. That just means you might want to take a look at a different way to get there. Or give that way a smarter run. Hope you found that helpful, and I look forward to spending more time with you, talking to you about different ways you can get to where you want to go in life. Thanks so much. Cheers.